That's what it was.
Yeah.
It's the reason I spoke to the women in the community about that.
Having a great friend,
Woman in the community.
one text me and said, "Hi, girl." Yeah, it's supposed to be hi, Carl.
2 years ago.
Hey, girl.
And was it Hey Girl?
Yeah.
Is
So.
No, he's away. Oh, Roberts? No.
All right, I'm not a Nintendo person. Call of Duty, is that a bad game?
It's a great game.
Is it appropriate for an 11-year-old?
No.
12-year-old?
No.
oh.
Not even a 13-year-old.
Really?
I was like,
Okay.
is it Jonah Demo?
And they came
I
to
don't know.
The answer's no.
It's
reject.
I know.
Sorry.
definitely not happen.
No, you can
That's
sorry.
a pretty good, like,
That's what I meant.
even
It's
watch
changed his view. I got a couple things they both had new ideas on. Some stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it was explained for a lie detector. I mean,
I don't know how I like mostly, it's just such a weird time
I
before
thought
the
today
internet.
was.
Better off to show up at like 6:04, like, fly into things.
I know you sit here and it's like, tick, 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 tick.
Yeah.
Wait.
And we argued for about 30 seconds until he showed me his phone and said, no, it's Thursday.
You get a phone that's wrong?
And I said,
One more
oh shit, now it's supposed to be somewhere
with
else.
155 kids this year. 132 last year.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, and we have, our smallest week last year was 42, our smallest week this year was 69.
Yeah.
And we
What are
have,
the
I
ages
just,
like
I'm a
that?
day behind, I thought. it
going
would
into
be
kindergarten, so the youngest can be 4.5, and the
Doesn't
oldest can
happen
be
to me all
going
the
into
time, I
8th
just,
grade.
because I've been so
4
busy.
weeks, we have more than 8
You know, in
kids.
the beginning of the week, we were
No, it's
around
been
all
a-
back, and making sure this was not happening.
But it's been great, swimming's been great.
Yeah, I just lost it.
Yeah.
All right, this isn't just swimming, but did you allow kids to listen to explicit music? They're trying to get it to you, did.
No.
That I asked you in public.
Remember I did last year, what's wrong with that?
I didn't.
I don't allow that.
No, I'm like,
Yeah.
skip, you know.
The
Like
worst,
you're the unquoted writer.
well, the girls wanted to listen to that song, I do my hair tops, check my nails. You know that song?
No.
And I did not know-
Yeah, Lizzo.
I did not know that the SH word was in there, so that, but I quickly turned it off.
Yes, yeah, gotcha.
Yep.
I did not. It's not on purpose.
I'm starting to work.
5 seconds.
Okay. At 6 o'clock on August 7th, 2025, I call the Select Board meeting to order. And we have a few changes to the agenda. We have additions to the signature file, and we have to talk about a rescue vehicle capital reserve for an ambulance stretcher. I hesitate to ask for public input at this time, but we'll have public input at the end, but does anybody have something that they need addressed before we get started? Good. We will start the meeting with Department Head Update with Recreation Director Jeremy Phillips.
Cool, thank you. It's been a good summer. Last time I was here, I was June 10th, so it doesn't seem that far away, but a lot's happened.
Oh, I thought you were here in April.
We switched it up a little bit because of
Gotcha, okay.
6 months, but a lot's happened, so it's okay, I think, to come in now. I'm going to go through big bullets, so stop me if you want me to say more or have questions or anything like that. But since then, we've had Tamworth Summer Enrichment Program 1 week, and we have another one in a couple of weeks coming up. For those that don't know, that's a great program where a lot of organizations in Tamworth come about and really kind of show off what they do and do a lot for the kids that attend that camp. So we have Chicago Library, the CLC, Chicago Lake Conservancy, Bear Camp Bikes, Cook Library, the Fire and Rescue, Police, AK Tennis, Barnstormers, the school, obviously with their gym and bathrooms, and that's kind of where it's held, so all of the things that they provide there. It was hot that week, so we built shelters and did lots of water games and things of that nature. So it was a good week, and looking forward to the next one as well. Swim lessons have been going. The White Lake swim lessons went off pretty well. We skipped a couple of storms. We could watch them go to the north and south a couple days, but otherwise we got all of it in except for the last one. So that was the only one we missed, but we had 273, again, people time, amount of people that came. Obviously, they're the same attendees because it's swim lessons and we want them to attend multiple times, but 273 times people participated in that. And at Bear Camp Center, going to Bear Camp Pond, projecting out through 6 weeks was 432. Kids in both of those are, really building, building confidence, getting their heads underwater, blowing bubbles. It seems small, but it's a big deal to some of these kids. 4th of July happened. Did you all go?
Yeah.
It went pretty well. Great day for it. The weather, I think, really made that. So it had big crowds, and I think people really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, so it was fun to be there, playing the games down on the lawn. We had face painters, we had the parade through town, all that good stuff. So thanks to everybody who volunteered for that, the people in the parade. That was a big parade. It was a lot of fun. So Friday trips are ongoing through 4 trips, the 5th one being tomorrow. We've had 142 kids participate in those. We had some adult programs I tried out this year. Casino trip did not run due to lack of sign-ups. Had the Squam boat cruise today. There were 10 of us that went. We saw 2 adult loons feeding a chick. That was really cool. And there is swimming happening at Chicarwa Lake, so adult swim lessons. That's going to happen 3 days. So check out the website and sign up for that. There's still room available. Pickleball is ongoing. I think I'm hearing a lot of desire for more times for underserved groups, beginners and advanced groups. So trying to come up with some times for them to get on the court. Yeah.
Does pickleball ever play against other towns? Like, do you ever coordinate that with other towns?
No, but this past spring, Sandwich, Oli and I kind of chatted about it. He's done a couple of tournaments. One of the things that's happening for pickleball, we're holding my first tournament, so hopefully it goes all right, in September 13th. And my idea with Oli was to coordinate, you do a tournament, I do a tournament, and then we'll bring our top 2 or top 4, whatever, how many players we want to bring together, top 5 teams per town, and see what happens, or just coordinate. Maybe it's just a more fun-based one as opposed to, that sounds pretty competitive, what I just said, but
it might be
both
fun.
would be
I know
fun,
that I just talked to some people who were in the Sandwich tournament, and they just said it was great.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you're doing that. That sounds cool.
They
But
invite people from other towns, and I will too. So there's probably 20 to 30% of people that come and play during rec play times are from out of town.
oh, nice.
It is nice. It actually improves the play for, I think, Tamworth residents too. Which is hard to explain. I don't need to get into it, but yeah, it just allows for more play and faster rotation and things like that when you have the right number of people. So yeah, great idea. Maybe we'll be able to get something going with intra-town play someday. I've been working with the Tamworth Outing Club and brought it up at the Conservation Commission, with the Conservation Commission as well, but over at the rec field we're going to try to get a trail going along the outside of that. There's going to be a work day probably mid-September for that, to get just a rough trail in and see how people use it. And then from there maybe build on it. But I want to see how people are using it, if they're going off trail, making their own thing, just trails are living creatures. So just rough it in, and it'll be a half-mile trail that goes around the field area of the rec property. So not down into the woods or anything like that at this point, but there is room down there. I think that'd be great for 2 or more things, really. Biking, walking, for people to come in and say, hey, I'm going to start here, I'm going to walk this trail, that's a half mile, do it twice, that's a mile. I think people like knowing how far they walk. It's flat. It could be great for beginner biking. So there's a lot of potential use for that area. TOC's been kind of helping me spearhead that. Other things upcoming, fall sports, soccer. Soccer's going to be coming out soon. Sign-ups for that. We got hikes coming up. I'm going to do an open gym style for like preschool age. It's not going to be at the gym. It's going to be on the field. So sort of a soccer-related thing, but we can bring in frisbees or whatever too for that preschool age and the pickleball tournament I mentioned. So year to date, 3,302 people. Again, with my people explanation, the rec has served, not including what 4th of July and a couple things there, Easter, that kind of stuff. But
Nice.
Excellent. Any questions for Jeremy? Good job. Yeah, pretty cool.
thanks.
Great. Thank you very much for the update.
Cool. Well, let me know if you have ideas for programming or
Yeah.
stuff that you would all like to do, or anybody else for that matter too. So, cool. Thanks for having me.
Thanks,
Very
thanks,
good.
Jeremy.
All right, now we'll go to town clerk, tax collector.
That's all
Deeded
that.
properties. Do we want him here, or do we
She
just?
said she doesn't need to be.
Okay.
I think that it's what we,
All right.
yeah.
This is about tax deeded properties, and I make a motion to approve the 2025 deed waivers for map 415, lot 90, sublot 35, map 410, lot 139, sublot 200, and map 211, lot 14, sublot 45.
Second.
Roll call vote. Bear, yes.
Schaefer, yes.
Prentice, yes.
Roberts, yes.
They are approved. And now we will move to Chicago Ski and Beach with Jor Mulchin.
Yes, sir.
And you sent your notes, so we know basically what you're going to talk about. You said you had a couple of minutes of.
Yeah, well, I'm the president of Ski and Beach, so I have some, maybe small scale experience with this, so I am prepared, and I will try to get through my remarks in under 3 minutes, just to give you highlights. Appreciate your time is valuable. So, yes, thank you, good evening, and my name is Jor Mulchin. I'm the president of Jacora Ski and Beach, neighborhood in the town of 270 homes. That includes families, children, many retirees, and some low-income residents. We appreciate the opportunity to update the town leadership on our aging bridge on Whittier Road East. It is our only access point. As I noted, I'm going to try and get through this in 3 minutes or less because your time is valuable. I have two issues with the bridge. In the short term, a necessary repair is scheduled for October. We have an alternate egress that will go via the old recycling center, thanks to the kindness of the current owner. We are very appreciative of that person, but we're not naming them out of courtesy and respect. I'm sure you know who the owner is, but we're just going to keep that name on a public record as much as we appreciate their cooperation. In the long term, our bridge has about 8 to 10 years of remaining life, according to our engineers. Full replacement, including the abutments, is expected. We'll need to raise, the current estimate is $1 to $2 million. That's current dollars, not inflation dollars, to pay for that. That will likely mean that we will essentially need to triple our dues from now until that time. Last year we raised dues $40, and a few people, you would have thought we had started a world war. So it's going to be a big ask for some of the community. We will have a detailed estimate this fall, which will give us a little bit better certainty of what the cost will be. Right now we've asked a number of professional engineers and a construction expert in the community to give us some idea, but we'll have a more solid number in the fall. The short-term repair will not extend the bridge's life. It's probably the most consistent question we get. And it's much like repairing a broken leg. It needs to be done, but it doesn't mean you live longer. So one thing that we hope to get some appreciation on is that this is a shared concern in the sense that, well, A, the safety of our residents are also Tamworth citizens and residents. The bridge being the only access is vital for emergency access. It's also vital for simple essential access, heating fuel. Property values would be impacted immediately if the bridge were a problem. It's not that it wouldn't be a slow decline once that bridge becomes a problem that we can't show people that we are firmly on top of, that would be an issue for us. The community pays about $1.5 million in property taxes while managing our own roads, maintenance, and plowing. So the good news is we've got some smart people on it. We're making progress. We have a number of hardworking community members, some of which are here with me, fellow board members, and I am optimistic about what we're doing. However, the cost of ignoring risk is that the risk becomes more significant later. So our top 3 risks. 1, simple loss of alternate access. If the very kind and very generous neighbor were for some reason not able to continue that, you know, the proverbial wins the megabucks and gives it away to the Nature Conservancy, that would be very difficult for us. The inability to raise sufficient funds in time. We will have our first significant assessment for it this fall, so I should have a better idea in about 4 weeks of just what the community's appetite is for this. I'm optimistic, and some early feedback says that we should be able to do that, but there are some families that have said, I simply can't afford what you're talking about. That could be a problem. And perhaps the most significant is an unexpected early bridge failure for just any reason, right? Any reason, weather, damage, simple accelerated aging. And we've got some smart people in the community, but if that bridge were to collapse tonight, I think I would probably call this board in the morning and say, someone has to tell me what to do, right? At some point, we just exceed the resources of a community to, you know, build a bridge overnight, for instance. So how could the town help us? I think in the near term, we have an alternate egress set up for this October repair. So if there's a way or a contact that the bridge could help us ensure that emergency services is aware of the egress and how to get there. I don't want to have a fire truck, a police car, an ambulance say, I didn't know how to get there. And we've got plenty of time to get there, but if there's someone you can help me connect with just to make sure that we've covered that off perfectly, that would be great.
Let's go and get through all of them.
Oh, okay.
Then
All
we'll
right.
respond.
Thank you, thanks. Law enforcement support to perhaps protect our neighbors around us, because there are people that sometimes come through the community, upset our neighbors, and make us look bad. So then their neighbors don't want to cooperate with us. That's happened to us in the past, and it could happen again. In the long term, if there's a way the town could assist in securing a reliable alternate egress, that would be amazing. Expertise, guidance, or partnership when we get a little closer to actual construction. And then, you know, the be-all, end-all would be collaboration to secure state or federal funding for the bridge. If there were a way that we could cooperate to get the state involved or get the federal government involved, that would be amazing. We welcome any opportunity for further discussion. Again, I greatly appreciate your time for this. We think we're doing the right things, and we think we're on the right track. We actually have an expert in the community with some experience, but it's a big ask, and we're at the beginning of it, and we want to make sure that we'd like to start a relationship now before we find that we're potentially in trouble later.
Your first point is an easy one. Somebody, when you're ready to have the bridge repaired and you need to have that alternate access become formalized, you call the police department and talk to Linda Eldridge, and she'll do a site file alternate access plan for you, and she'll contact dispatch with that information. So.
And that will take care of county, state, fire, emergency,
it's all, it's the whole dispatch.
Fantastic.
Network,
That is very comforting. Excellent. Thank you.
The off-road vehicle question, that is not something that local law enforcement is empowered to handle. That's a fish and game.
Okay.
So if you're looking at off-road.
Yeah, so we had a previous egress last year that we lost because someone was offending the owner by driving across their property. I'm not certain, but I believe that was someone that lives outside the community. Mm-hmm. The snowmobilers know. You can go up Corridor 19, go across us, and someone has gone across this person's property more than once.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% certain that anyone from my community has never done it, but whoever and whatever it is doing, it disadvantages the other 269 homes in there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So anything we can do. Fish and Game has actually been helpful. They've been engaged, they've been involved, but you know, it's a giant state and there's not that many officers on at one time, and
I
it's.
noticed that Allegro Pines has a gate with a keypad for entry. So I don't know, I mean, from the Route 16 direction, that would be, that would help with unauthorized entry, but from the other direction, I don't know what you can do.
So corridor 19 coming from the north, I
Yeah.
can't stop. Coming from the south, I can't stop.
Yeah.
Coming over from Madison, I can't stop. And coming across Route 16, I would have to gate the main entrance.
Yeah.
And 270 homes, I'm
Yeah.
not sure who, but somebody would open it, and and it would be open until somebody else decided to go close it. It's,
Yeah.
we have a lot of really responsible people. It's just 270 it's a lot to try and,
Yeah.
you know.
I mean, it's tricky. Yeah, so off-road vehicle, especially when you're talking about private roads, your HOA has rules regulating the roads that are not enforceable by our police. You know, like you can ride a golf cart down the road, or
Yes.
you could be a 14-year-old driving down the road, and so that's because you're private.
Yeah.
So it's just not in our jurisdiction. If a violent crime were committed, obviously police is going to report to the home where that's taking place. But when you're talking about traffic on private roads, it's a completely different. It's a real bugaboo because we have a couple of different developments in town, and we hear a lot of complaints about the private road maintenance or non-maintenance, or
Yeah.
and statutorily we can't do anything about it.
I'm not surprised by that answer.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we've been doing our homework, but you know what I was taught is you bring your problems to
You
the
bring it,
experts
yeah,
and you
absolutely.
ask them for help and you
Yeah.
see what they say.
I'm gonna just keep going until one of
Yes.
you jumps off and
Okay.
tells me to stop. But
All right.
so as far as like grants, we have supported a lot of different grants from the fire department, police department, Tamworth Community Nurse, the History Center. But the way that typically happens is that the agency asking for support does the groundwork to find and write the grant, and then you come to us and say, here's our proposal, we want to put it out there, would you write a letter of support to accompany it? And
Yep.
that's the way that we
So-
give support, and so, because that's not really our jurisdiction or purview, what I would recommend that you do, if you haven't already, is contact Lakes Region Planning Commission in Meredith.
Okay.
That's a regional planning commission. RPCs are a federal mechanism, states have them. They're regional groups of towns, municipalities that come together. You pay dues and you get services, we're a member. And the Lakes Region Planning Commission is 26 or 27 towns in the Lakes Region. They have a great staff.
Okay.
They are really well schooled in resources. They have amazing contacts with all kinds of engineering firms, everybody else. And it's not that you're necessarily going to get free advice, but they can perhaps meet with you and give you guidance.
Okay, that would be wonderful.
And on the representing Tamworth, so I can make an introduction if that would be helpful.
That'd be wonderful, yes, please.
Okay. I think that that's an agency that is, we are not that agency, that, you know, statutorily or
Okay,
any other way. But I think that that's their job, to help with regional planning. And I can't imagine that they haven't, you know, they work with private developers all the time
okay.
to navigate state, municipal, federal requirements. They know a lot.
Okay, that's a great recommendation. We would definitely take you up on that, please.
Okay. Why don't you can, my email's on the town website. So
Okay.
if you shoot me an email, I'll make the connection.
I will definitely do that, thank you.
Okay.
So the only other bullet, and not that I think you've got a magic solution, the only other thing I put out there, just because you did a great job of ticking off each of them, was securing some kind of long-term, reliable legal access.
Mm-hmm.
We are sort of landlocked by privately owned property. The Nature Conservancy is behind us. We've got the railroad tracks, which I understand is headed for becoming a rail trail. I wonder if that provides some kind of opportunity to go along the rail trail.
Well, I
But
wonder
it's-
if property owner that you will have temporary use of would consider an easement for, a permanent easement for,
I did ask, I asked about that, if only because, you know, it's my fiduciary responsibility.
yeah,
And it was a very pleasant conversation, a very polite conversation, but the explanation was that you wouldn't break up a large piece of property into smaller pieces until you had dealt with a bigger piece.
Yeah.
And, you know, I just don't know. This person, you know, they could win the megabucks and give it away to Nature Conservancy. They could lease it to someone. You know, they're very kind, and I'm very appreciative, but it's their property.
yeah,
There's really, there's no reasonable reason in the world they couldn't just say,
yeah,
I've leased it out to Microsoft to put in a server farm, you know, I don't know.
yeah.
Have you talked to Madison? The town of?
Not recently. At the moment, all the property over there is privately owned property. There's one lot space that we've had some difficulty figuring out exactly who owns it, but it would take us right through a community that I'm pretty sure they might allow it for a short-term repair, but at some point, you know, there's a months-long closure to build a bridge, and I'm trying to think of both things at once. If you think there's someone in Madison I should speak to, I'd be happy to hear their name and give that a shot too.
Yeah, no, I don't have contacts, I'm just looking at the map and,
Yeah,
Chat with their select board.
I'd give it a shot, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the tricky part is anything along Route 16, there's still, you'd have to build another bridge.
Yeah.
There's, the water goes right through there.
If it were my driveway, I would just pour a bunch of gravel there and run my Jeep over it, but it's not, so I need something that the Toyota Celicas can get over.
yeah, that's a tricky one. But again, that's where you talk to Lakes Region Planning and say, here's our dilemma,
Okay,
what have you seen work?
okay.
Because they're dealing with cities, towns, all kinds of sizes of populations and development, so
yeah.
I'd throw that one at them.
Yeah,
Honestly, someone that's in a government role that could support us and would be on our side would be fantastic, so I will absolutely reach out to you, talk to them.
Yeah, they are a nonprofit, not a government agency.
Okay.
They wish they had some funding from the government.
yeah, really. Well, they are a great organization, they will give you
Okay.
some good
Yeah.
advice
That'd be great.
on tax. So,
Go through Morse Pond too, that was a
Yeah, yeah. We tried going through one of the the Moores Pond Association, another set of
Yeah.
homes over there, and I think I think someone built a house right through the exact spot that would have been perfect
Oh.
for us.
Oh,
It's
no.
just.
Yeah.
It's funny, like one of the most consistent questions we get in the community on the board, one of the most consistent questions we get is, how can there be no other way out?
Yeah.
And I'm like, call up Google Satellite,
it's a long time ago.
Yeah.
show me the other way out that I'm overlooking, and we'll use it.
That development started a long time ago.
Yeah, yeah. It's got some history. We've also got a lot of people that have been there since almost the beginning. It's
yeah.
pretty amazing. It's
Yeah.
it's kind of hard not to run into someone that's been on the board for a long time and knows all the history and all that. It's a great community in that
It
regard.
is, and it's well run.
Have you contacted anyone from the Nature Conservancy?
I haven't tried them yet. I would be happy to make a trade with them. My sense, and maybe this is something the Planning Commission can help me with, or maybe there's someone that can guide me a little better. But my sense is that Nature Conservancies don't give up property. They take it in and they never let it back out. I'd be happy to make a trade with them if. I mean, I'd have to.
Well, maybe you give up 20 acres and you get 5, but you need that 5, so you're gonna have to give something. You know, that's how, you might have to negotiate that way with them.
Is that something that is, well, do any of you know someone at the Nature Conservancy that we could, that could bridge the conversation?
I think I have a contact. I'll look through my emails.
You could ask the Conservation Commission too,
Yeah.
because they work with them on
Yeah.
conservation
Projects.
easements.
Yeah.
Honestly,
So
we would only need
then
about 50 feet along the perimeter. It's
Yeah.
a 50 foot wide path along their perimeter
Yeah.
would be enough to get us through there, I think.
Well, I mean, you might just think what you're willing to give up to see what the trade could be.
Yeah.
It's the Preservation
Worth an
of the
ask.
Association, so they're in good negotiating
Yeah.
position. Don't tell them
Well,
I said that, but
You're now on the record.
yeah, it's not a secret.
All right, well, thanks for coming in and,
Be in touch and I'll make a connection for you.
I appreciate that. I will definitely reach out to you, and yeah, I would definitely love to
call Linda at the police department and she'll set up.
When you're, when
When you're
soon
ready to-
Yeah.
Need it.
We're ready, thanks to this guy. Yeah, I'll actually, we'll call her tomorrow.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Thank you very much for the time, I appreciate
right,
it very
thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
Okay, good luck.
Now we'll move on to the rescue vehicle capital reserve for an ambulance stretcher. Hear from Matt Bauman.
So this was actually put in when we were building the truck and everything, but it was removed from the truck just so we didn't go over the cost of the vehicle. Now that we've got the vehicle and it's paid for and everything, there's still, you said like 37,000 or something in there. I did a little bit of legwork, found this. This is a refurbished system. It's 27,600 for it. A new system's a little over 40 when we were actually looking to build the truck. So, back in June, we as the fire wards approved purchasing it, but of course you guys are the ones to actually approve it, to purchase it with the money from the fund and everything. So, the stretcher in the truck right now is the original one from the prior ambulance, so it is like 20-something years old about. This is going to be another used stretcher, but it's powered, so it's power load and a power stretcher. So the system actually, the truck is already wired for it. When we built the truck, it was wired for the plate and everything, so we don't have to add any cost for that. It's only the cost of installing it.
So if you use this 27.6, what does that leave? Doesn't leave that much in the,
But they were, I mean, the original plan, the
The
amount
original
that was,
plan was to include it in the truck,
Oh,
but we
okay.
didn't want to go
All right.
over the
Yeah,
cost of the truck. So it was removed
just wondering how
from
much
it.
more you have to get to outfit the truck.
This was just one of those things that we pulled out of it,
Oh, okay.
everything,
All right.
just because of the cost of it, and we had the stretcher, but since now we have the truck and everything, and we have the money still in that fund,
yeah,
All right.
easy.
I think 27,000 is a lot cheaper than one back injury because we are back up for action and everything. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can give you the update. I went to the regional meeting on that too as well.
Yeah.
Well, I will motion to approve the purchase of an ambulance stretcher in the amount of $27,600 to come from the rescue vehicle capital reserve fund.
Second.
Roll call vote. Barry, yes.
Schaefer, yes.
Prentice, yes.
Roberts, yes?
It is approved.
Matt, thanks for doing all the research to get,
Yeah.
use one that'll be
Yeah.
functional and good, but not 40,000.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
We didn't want to spend the 40,000, but I found this one, and it's the way that everybody's going. Even Action, all their transfer trucks are all running power stretchers.
Mhm.
They haven't really started switching over all the 911 trucks, but you can see every once in a while when they have a truck breakdown, one of their trucks right now has a power stretcher in it and everything.
And so the last ambulance meeting was the same date that we had a board meeting, so Matt went as our Tamworth representative, and do you want to give him a quick update on?
Yeah, that'd be good.
So, Effingham actually was doing a little bit of legwork, and they found that when they did the last contract meeting and everything, the numbers that John Hatch gave Mike Brooks from Madison, he accidentally snafu'd Osby's by like 62,000. So it messed everybody's numbers up. So if you see our billing every month, they've actually been going up and down on our billing, because one month it was 17,000, one month it was 19,000. So at some point we're supposed to get a credit for the difference because they've been billing us too much for the contract. Come this next meeting, they're actually going to do the amendment to the whole contract for that and everything to get all those numbers actually properly adjusted and everything. On the Action front, they're having issues with staffing. They've been having issues for a while and everything. Mike Rawanka is for his long-term goal, he's trying to set up Action as a training center and everything, getting the accreditation from the state so he can do BLS, EMT basic classes, advanced classes, and hopefully paramedic classes. Short term, they've been having issues staffing all 3 trucks, so all the boards that were there actually approved them till this October meeting to run that 3rd truck if they had to at the basic level, just so we had that 3rd truck. Senator Osby had a list of actual transports they actually did and everything, because they were that 3rd truck, because Action didn't have that truck and everything. I think that was October 21st.
Yeah, or I think the 23rd, but I'll check. Did you say that, I plan to be there, but do we need a select board representative too?
They were saying that they needed a quorum from all the selectmen because they have to do the amendment on the contract. I don't know if you guys did that last time, or if
It was
you guys
Keats.
made her the representative for it and everything, or Keats the representative, but they were just saying for it because they have to do the actual amendment to the contract. They just need that quorum of selectmen.
I wonder if we can authorize.
I think you guys ultimately signed the contract.
Yeah.
Keats always went to the meetings, but if they're doing it on the floor there,
When is it?
23rd.
yeah.
This month?
October.
Oh, October.
So then we'll have to post a meeting as well?
Yeah, if we have
Because
a,
there'll
if
be
we
a
have a
quorum, and
quorum.
we'll be voting?
Probably. And where is that happening? In
Freedom.
So we'll double check the details and I'll let you guys know, but it sounds crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know in the contract and everything, if you look at our appendice and everything, they actually had the wrong years for ours, so I don't know if they're adjusting that and everything in all of the adjustments because they're already doing the amendment. I don't
Will
know.
we get the amended documents to review prior?
We should.
Because I'm
Yeah.
And you guys
Go
did
for it.
authorize me
Yep.
to sign
Right.
contracts on your behalf, so
Right.
that should be enough, I think. I'll check.
Yeah.
So, like I said, right now they're running that 3rd truck. They're letting the chiefs know of all the towns and everything when they're not up to their 3 ALS trucks. Like today, they were running their 3rd truck at the BLS level because they couldn't get that ALS
Huh.
person in. And that way, at least they have that 3rd truck because they've been running that 3rd truck either with one person or nobody.
Wow.
And like a couple weeks in a row, it was every Sunday, Monday. For like 3 weeks in a row, they had just 2 trucks. So,
That's not what the contract says.
Well,
Right.
so I was gonna ask if they're in violation of the contract.
Yeah.
they are. The contract actually states that it's 3 trucks 24/7.
Right.
So that's why at that meeting they agreed to let them run that truck at the 3rd because they're having a staffing issue trying to get staff, and they're in a hard trying to actually recruit people and everything. And that's why he's trying to make this big training center and whatnot.
But if they're in violation of our contract, I think we
Right.
should go after something for,
Yeah, and
we're
I
not
mean,
getting the coverage we're paying for.
are we seeing good response times still? Like, are any Tamworth residents suffering from ambulances not showing up?
It hasn't been. I know the other night they took 29 minutes to get to Route 25 because they thought they heard Route 116 because the medic on the truck
What?
is from Littleton. Yeah, that was a fun call. It was a Fish and Game requested an ambulance to Route 25 and 113. The crew on the truck thought they heard Route 25 and 116.
Oh my God.
So they went south on 16 into Ossipee.
Oh boy.
So I've already let Eric Gagne, he's the new chief of operations for New Hampshire, let him know about it, and I've already sent him an email about it so he could deal with it on his side and everything.
All right.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Thanks for the.
Thanks,
I
but
guess.
thanks. Yeah.
All right, we will continue. Thanks for coming in and sharing that. We're going to move to transfer station brush disposal.
Oh, Yeah, I had just chatted with Richard Doucette before he left because he was asking me if I've scheduled the public hearing to establish a fee, yada yada. And,
Yeah.
but since our recent meeting where we decided to put the recycling building
Yeah.
where the brush disposal spot is, that felt like that conversation needed to happen first. So I did chat with Brian Gillespie, and his suggestion is put the discussion of brush aside until the recycling building is in. And he did say we could use the lower spot as an area. He thought that we would have to fence it in. I'm like, do we really need to fence it in? I would think that the route would be you pull in with your brush, you go around, show what you have. If you need to, pay for it, if we establish a fee, and then go down and dump it. And I don't think you
I
would
think it's
need
a bigger
person.
question than we wanna do right now,
Yeah.
because I think we haven't decided whether we wanna keep taking brush.
Yeah.
I mean, we brought that up. Do we wanna do it? Do we not wanna do it? Do we charge a fee? Do we not charge a fee? Do we chip it? Do we burn it? Do we put it on a scale? Do we do whatever? I just think that's a big conversation. We should have that whole, we should stop like
Yeah.
talking around it and just put it on the agenda and
Well, I think at very least we need to
have
have a
Brian
meeting.
here.
Yeah, Brian, I had a long conversation with Brian Wednesday about this, and I think we need to get the numbers posted so we can have a special meeting to start charging for brush.
Yeah.
Likely we're gonna keep taking brush, and we are taking brush right now, and we're not getting anything for it. I talked to Brian, I think we have a pretty good plan about what we can do for taking brush if the building goes up top, like we've been discussing. But either way, we need to start charging for brush.
Oh, okay, now. Like,
Regardless, if
regardless.
we're gonna, like, I thought we're putting a meeting on the agenda to talk about the charges, changing the fees for the brush disposal.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so, okay.
And that was only because I thought we didn't go forward with that because we didn't have assumed fees that we wanted to propose for, and I have those fees to give to you
Okay,
that I
great.
would like. So if we can do that,
Let's do that
and
then.
I'm also happy to talk about what Brian and I discussed for brush disposal, if that's something we don't do now or later,
I think,
doesn't matter.
I'm in favor of, since this was a deeding meeting, to do it later. I would love that. And Richard will probably wanna be here too, because he's got thoughts. And, I mean, I don't mind posting it, if we have to post it as a hearing, so we can add a fee. I don't mind adding a fee, and then, like, I don't mind that. I'm just saying, let's not have another conversation about brush tonight that's got missing parts because we don't have all the parts.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I would just
Yeah.
like to get the meeting posted. So we can-
Yeah,
Yeah.
So do
the
you wanna
just
public
post it for
hearing.
the next meeting?
Alright, so what are the fees?
So the fees would be $25 for a truck bed, $35 for a trailer. I realize trailers vary in size, but the minutia is kind of unimportant, I think, at this point. And $45 if you come full of both. That's also what Freedom does.
Okay.
Talked to Alan Libby about it as well, the Freedom Transfer Station manager, and it says it works quite well.
Not to like complicate anything at all, but and not to make a conversation. But is there like is there ever people that show up with like a trash barrel full of brush in the
Yes.
back of their car? So could there be like a minimum?
Can be just
$10
transfer
or-
station manager's discretion, I think. Because it's ridiculous to charge somebody for, a handful of.
Well, no, I didn't know if
Sticks.
like somebody came with a trash barrel, if it was like, all right, we don't need to charge them 25, charge them $10 or something. I don't know. Or yeah,
I mean, if legally we can post it that there's discretion, and that's an okay thing to do, I think that's very reasonable.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's sort of what we do with construction and demolition now.
Yeah, but let's not keep doing that,
No,
and that's
no, no,
another
I
discussion
know,
too.
but-
Okay, so I will post this and we'll schedule the public hearing to be part of the next regularly
Okay.
scheduled
That'd be
meeting.
great.
Not Tuesday, because we meet Tuesday, but the next one. Okay, sounds good, thank you.
Okay,
Yeah, this was our break.
Oh, yeah.
and now we'll go on to building notification form update.
Yep, so we got the clarification back, you've seen the draft of the letter,
Yep.
legal's reviewed it, it's gonna go out as soon as
Thanks,
everyone's
Matt.
got time. Thanks, Matt, to get it out, so very soon.
Did you change the me?
Me,
Oh, yeah,
Please
there was a
contact me
Yeah.
on or before December 31st. Shouldn't it be contact town administrator or?
Oh, yeah.
oh,
I
but it's
mean,
signed, okay,
Yeah,
Even though it's signed by Emily?
Yeah, I don't know.
I can
Yeah.
When I was
Okay.
reading the rough draft, it stood out as well. In
I
this
forgot to
letterhead, it
change
makes sense
that.
because it says,
And the rough draft didn't have her name on it.
Yeah.
Contact town administrator, I mean, it's signed from her.
right.
We can change that word name.
That's fine, yep.
Anyway, so
Yeah.
it'll go out to, 222 people. Postage is $174, does not have to be registered mail, can be just standard mail. And, the money is gonna have to come from contingency fund.
Yeah.
And I have not heard back from the attorney with notes yet on the draft of the new, hi Kim, building notification form that's not necessarily building notification form. So, we don't have to talk about that yet. So, do you want me to make a motion? or
Do you want to make a
it?
motion? Go ahead.
I move to approve the letter to be mailed to all individuals who filed a building notification form as of January 1st, 2022. This reimbursement is to residents to be paid from the 2025 contingency fund with a maximum amount of $22,200, including $174 for postage.
Second.
Roll call vote. Barry, yes.
Schaefer, yes.
Prentice, yes.
Roberts, yes.
Okay, the letter is approved. Administrator report.
Oh, it's gonna take me a while to mail all those.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that, but I think there's a way I can make it easy. Okay, the account balance is 4 million.
Oh, you know what?
What?
Do we have to factor in printing and envelope costs?
Well, I don't think
Are you
so.
gonna, can you do
No,
them right in the
I-
office?
Yeah, we
Okay.
have, yeah, that's not that bad. Okay, account balance is $4,735,636. I've officially started on the 2026 budget, which I cannot believe because I feel like we just approved the 2025 one. Sending out a reminder to all the department heads, gosh, tomorrow with their draft budgets and saying start thinking about it because as of September 1st, we start to meet weekly to review all the draft budgets, which are a reminder to the public that the expense reports, so if you're ever looking for the 2025 budget, is posted on the select board page. I always do the month and then a year to date. And we also have the 2026 budget review schedule posted on the select board page. So if you're curious, if you just want to attend, the meeting that discusses the town admin budget, it outlines which date we'll be reviewing it. So I've just been busy exploring, learning about health insurance options, learning more about risk pools, managing some projects like transfer station bathroom expense tracking, and that project is wrapping up, but now we're starting the recycling building, so Richard and I have been working on that. Library rooftop solar, that project's starting. Our new website, which will be launching towards the end of August, and Ed, good news, they did confirm that you will be able to search minutes.
Can't wait.
Yeah, that'll be good. That'll be helpful for me too. Yeah, so just been busy.
Great. Thank you. Select board update. Let's see.
I'm sorry, can I
Oh.
do one more thing?
I guess so.
I chatted with Rick, so he had tried to seek other quotes for the police station painting.
Oh, yeah.
One came in at 14,000. They couldn't do it till 2026. Two did not respond, and one, he's a local painter. He's been waiting for his quote, but he also said that he couldn't get to it until 2026. So, if you guys are okay with it, I would prefer to schedule Cobalt this. They can do it this fall for 6,000. I have their quote ready for you guys to sign if you can make a motion to do that.
Does that include materials and labor?
Yeah.
That sounds,
Awesome.
Yeah, and they can get it done in September. So if you're able to do that, or if you feel comfortable doing that, I have their quote that I can sign, or if you just, I just would need you to approve it.
Well, I make a motion to approve Cobalt Construction painting contract for the police station. What was the price?
$6,100.
$6,100.
Yeah.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call vote. Gary, yes?
Schaefer, yes.
Holmes, yes.
Roberts, yes. Okay.
Thank you.
I went to the sewer commission meeting, and they were able to approve the development on Greg's Way, both sides, and the Tamworth Inn property, because the owner, the party buying the Lyceum is also interested in buying that building, and they want to, no restaurant, no kitchen, it will just be rooms to rent, like a hotel,
In the Tamworth Inn building?
in the Tamworth Inn building.
So that was additional use?
It's
It didn't
separate.
come from the distillery?
No, separate.
Not seeing.
But there was enough, well, you could have been at the meeting, Steve was right here. No, they had the capacity, so they, I can't remember now, I think it's eight rooms, single occupants, not single, but you know, yeah. So, yeah, that's been approved, they can sell it.
Once they go to the planning board.
Well, right, as soon as the planning board approves it.
Yeah.
And I had something else and I just cannot recall what it was. So I'm gonna have to go to you.
Okay. So other than my brush discussion, super exciting stuff.
Okay.
The transfer station.
You're doing a great job, Steve.
Thanks so much. On Wednesday, which I was pretty excited about actually.
Sorry.
I did
Steal
want
your
to.
thunder.
Quite all right. We can do it next time.
Okay.
I think I reported that the well is up and running and we have water at the transfer station now, but I couldn't quite recall that. So
Oh, I don't remember you saying that.
we have water at the transfer station as of I think a week or two ago. It's only to the outside back spigot,
But still.
but we still have running water. Just waiting for the septic design to get approval to get caught up with the building. There was a bit of a problem with the well pump, but thanks to Rick and Brian for some quick work on getting Hartley out there to fix that up. And the welding of the containers, another super exciting topic, is going along nicely. We got some of that underway, and we're finally getting rid of the old glass container that if we look at it might fall apart.
Wow.
So Rickers is going to take that at market price. That's it for me.
Good.
Cool. Only thing I'm going to share is that the social work position was advertised. We got 13 responses out of the gate. Of those, we broke them into 3 tiers. The first tier we're scheduling interviews for on the 19th or the 20th. And that's with 3 candidates. And then the second tier's got 5 candidates, and then the rest were not quite ready for this job because it's such a startup position. It really needs somebody with experience. But the first tier candidates are really exciting.
Oh, good.
So,
That's great.
yep.
I talked with Richard Roberts. I won't remember what road he was talking about paving. I want to say Turkey Street, but that feels wrong.
Turkey Street.
It is Turkey Street. Yeah, I was right. Look at me go.
You do.
And he got a really good deal from GMI, like for a price per ton, and it beat out R&D. I think it's R&D paving. And then I also was talking
What,
with
is it the whole thing? Or
no, just a portion. Is it the end toward Route 16? Well, Maple Road, end of Turkey Street. I don't know.
I would have thought it was the other end, but I don't know. Yeah.
I don't even know what road we're talking about. It's a portion of it. It's not the whole thing.
Yeah.
He had another road in mind, but he feels that Turkey Street's more important right now. What else? Oh, I was talking with Mark McConkey, who did the septic design up at the transfer station, and He just asked how things were going up there, and I said, no news is good news. I haven't really heard about it since our last meeting, but I said I hadn't heard anything about the septic installation hasn't happened yet.
We're waiting on him to finalize the plans, his last update I had.
Yeah, so he must have, does he have to resubmit?
I believe so.
Yeah. Okay. But GW Brooks is still doing the install, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they should be able to coordinate between each other and figure that out.
Yeah, I think Richard put those two in touch the last correspondence that I saw,
Yeah.
and
That
GW
makes
Brooks said they
sense.
could schedule it, unfortunately November, but that'll be here before you know it, so we'll have to be patient.
Other than that, that's it for me.
Okay,
That's great.
it's time for public input. Yes, Ed?
About the building notification form refunds, I heard an amount 22,000. I thought the total since this building notification form started was much more than that. So where did the 22,000 come from?
The 22,000 came from the 3 years statute of limitations, so there was 222 checks received, building notification forms filed, so those are the ones that would be reimbursed.
Who informed you there was a statute of limitations for such a thing?
Our attorney.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's it, thank you.
Anything else?
Becky had a couple questions on
Oh,
Yep, sorry, it looks like, okay, sorry Becky, I didn't see your comments from earlier, that Conway's starting pickleball for kids, could we do an adult baseball trip? I'll get your notes to Jeremy. No, the ambulance group needs a forum, not a quorum of each town, okay. And is the town staying with Community Power with their rate increase? It's a good question. I just posted the new rates from the Energy Committee to the website. I'm sure the Energy Committee will want to chat with you guys about it.
Well,
Gabrielle's been away, so.
yeah, she did sort of fill us in last meeting, I think. I think Eversource is about to jack the prices
Yeah,
up
just a
too.
big notice
So
about that.
it might be prudent just to wait and see what happens there before we. I mean, I guess it's easy enough to opt in and opt out, but
Right.
at the same time, let's wait and see.
I just checked out of. I was in Community Power till just recently, and then the last bill I was like, I'm gonna opt out for the time being.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's easy enough to do, so.
Yeah.
And then Becky said the Eversource jumped from 0.9 to 0.11 cents.
So far,
Well, we can ask the Energy Commission to give us a presentation
yeah.
about trends.
All right, we'll move on to the signature file. I make a motion to approve the select board meeting minutes dated July 15th, 2025 and July 22nd, 2025.
Second.
Roll call vote, Barry, yes.
Schaefer, yes.
Prentice, yes.
Roberts, yes.
I make a motion to approve the select board non-public meeting minutes dated July 22nd, 2025.
Second.
Roll call vote, Barry, yes.
Schaefer, yes.
Prentice, yes.
Roberts, yes.
I make a motion to approve the SNH pole license for one pole on Whittier Road.
Second.
Roll call vote, Barry, yes.
Schaefer, yes.
Prentice, yes.
Robert?
Roberts, yes. Sorry, I can't multitask.
I make a motion to approve the accounts payable in the amount of $307,319.29.
Second.
That is $200,000 to the school, $18,750 to TCNA, $19,109 to the ambulance service.
As far as discussion goes on that, since we know we're being overcharged on the 19,000 for the ambulance, should we even be paying that?
Yeah, I've been in touch with their billing and we're paying it, but they're
We're
gonna
gonna
be
get it
doing a credit and figuring out the price.
Okay.
What I figured, just had to ask.
Yeah.
Yeah. Roll call vote, Barry, yes.
Schaefer, yes.
Prentice, yes.
Roberts, yes.
I make a motion to approve the payroll in the amount of $43,532.48.
Second.
Roll call vote. Barry, yes.
Schaefer, yes.
Prentice, yes.
Roberts, yes.
I make a motion to adjourn
Roberts, yes.
6:57.
at 6:57 PM. Forgetting that part.
I never used to do it.
Night, everybody on Zoom.
Thank you, Bruno.
Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.